Most marketers don't know what they're talking about. Last night I was at a marketing mastermind, and if you ever read the book Think and Grow Rich, you know that masterminding is one of the most prevalent concepts in business, right? And really, the principle is you want to surround yourself with like-minded people and brainstorm solutions to problems. And it's good. It's a good concept, but it's also a concept that if you're not careful, you can be contaminating your mind with the wrong stuff, right? And it's funny because I'm reading a book about evolution right now, and pretty much everybody in America has been taught the concept of evolution, right? Which is you need it's the people who survived and evolved are people who had sexual advantages and sexual and reproductive advantages and adaptive advantages. So just think about it like this. Think about if you were, 3,000 years ago, and you mastermind with people who had rocks and stones, and you got a rock and stone, when there was other people masterminding with people who had swords, right? And I know that seems like a stupid kind of analogy, but one thing I was always taught, and I took a logic class, and one of the few classes that actually helped me in life, is I took a logic class in college, and what they said is that sometimes you need to argue at different extremes to really see the point, right? So if you were back in Rome, BC or something like that, and you were masterminding with people who David and Goliath slingshots, when people who when other people had like more advanced technology, well, you'd lose. And I found myself in that situation yesterday. I was like, wow, I've worked with some of the top entrepreneurs in the world, and I've seen how they operate. I see how they think. And then in this mastermind I was at last night, you had a whole bunch of advice being slewed around that made no sense, right? And one of the things that I always try to watch out for, whether it's at masterminds or with other people, is how much jargon are they using, right? So when you find yourself around marketers, they use stuff like tofu and bofu and mofu, right? Top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. And then when they're explaining things, it's like they take more pride in complexity when that's not how it's supposed to work, right? And what I kept on thinking was like, wow, you're explaining stuff in such a complex way that, number one, everybody in the room when you talk is dozing off because nobody understands what you're talking about. And number two, like, you're talking to hear yourself talk, right? And that's the main concept that I wanted to drive home today. Because we all had parents, right? And this is not to bash my parents, my mom, my dad. They meant well, right? But sometimes I remember growing up, right? And I grew up in the projects, and my mom would like try to give me advice on money. I'm like, Mom, when I was born into the New York City housing projects. Like, if there's anybody not qualified to give me any type of financial advice, it'd be you. Right? Because guess what? If I mastermind with my mom, who put me in the New York City housing projects when I was born, guess where I'm going to put my kids? In the New York City housing projects, right? So you have to be careful who you listen to. You really have to be careful with who you're taking advice from, who you're masterminding with, who you're surrounding yourself with. Because if you don't, and this is one of the hardest things. If you don't know what you don't know, you're going to learn from somebody who you might not be learning from, right? And that's the thing with masterminds. People join masterminds because they don't know what they don't know, and they're trying to be around people who can keep them in the know. But if somebody's keeping you in the know with the wrong information, you're just better off remaining unknown, right? And that was just something that really irked me. It just irked my nerve, like just being in that room with these guys who think they're so high level, speaking above everybody in the room, and then priding themselves on the complexity in which they spoke. I'm like, bro, you should be measuring yourself on how easy it is for people to understand what the hell you're saying. you're talking, you're using this jargon because you want to make yourself feel better, because you probably have self-esteem issues, right? Because you're probably lonely at home, because I know I'm an entrepreneur and that sometimes I feel really lonely because shit, every time I, get a girl that I love, I can't really show her the attention that she needs because I'm bugging busy running a business, right? But like, that doesn't mean you should spew your BS that nobody understands. That actually the stuff, and some of the stuff that these people were saying were just flat out wrong. Like, what? And it's just because people want to hear themselves talk, right? So I just want to shoot this quick rant. Be careful who you're getting your information from. Be really careful. Number one, if they can't show you the results it's generated, don't listen to them, right? Number two, if you don't understand what the hell they're saying, don't listen to them. And that was something like a self-esteem issue I had as, when I started my entrepreneurial journey. I was like, oh my gosh, these people that speak so complex, I want to be like them. I want to be like them. They must know what I don't know. These are stupid. If somebody makes you confused, they probably don't know how to sell, right? Because a confused buyer is a non-buyer. And if they make you confused, they probably make their customers confused. And that's not who you want to learn from, right? Think about all the people you admire. And even Jay-Z said this. You have to dumb down your lyrics to double your dollars, right? I mean, think about even rap. I'm a rap guy, and my favorite musician is Drake, right? People always bash Drake. Oh, I miss the old Drake. Like, yes, there's a lot of rappers in the game who are more of a quote-unquote lyricist than Drake, but they don't make as much money. Why? Because it's so complex to what they're saying. They're using all these metaphors and analogies and similes and wordplay, and while it's great, the masses don't like that. Right? The masses don't like that. So, dumb stuff down. Watch out who you're listening for. Right? And make sure you're surrounding yourself with good people. Do they have results? Do you understand? And that's really... And number three, can they apply it to your context? Those are the three measuring tools I would use when listening to people. Do they have results? Do you understand what the hell they're talking about? And can they apply it to your context? Right? Because you'll hear people be like, well, you should do this and that, and my hypothesis, and according to my calculations. And then when you ask them, okay, how does that apply to my situation? They're like, well, why don't we schedule a meeting and we'll see. No, like if you can't answer it right there, don't listen to them. You have to be careful what you're listening to. Trust me. There's so many books I buy in that bookshelf that I just after one chapter, I just throw it the fuck out. I just throw it out. Like, because it's too complex. Too complex. And you want to hear yourself talk. So, that's my rant for today. Let me know what you think. What's your plans for masterminding? Right? I'm not saying masterminding is a bad concept, but leave a comment below. What's your strategy when it comes to choosing who you learn from? I gave you my 3 criteria. I want to know yours. Leave your comment below. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.